Now, Jason didn't watch the halftime show. Eric's watched like highlights of the halftime show.
I've seen the booty shake.
Cakes and I watched it. A couple things about it, and I'd love to throw it out there. Cakes, for example, thinks that Shakira was far better than JLo. I told you.
Well, I think mostly I thought she's a better performer, and I knew basically every song she did.
Okay. My
She's
wife,
a bigger star.
Now, my wife is a JLo mark. She went to see JLo when she was here at Cap One with a bunch of girlfriends, and they had the time of their lives. Or was that at MGM? I can't remember.
MGM, yeah.
At MGM. So she went to see JLo at MGM, and they had an amazing time. And I mean, I remember joking at the time. I was like, I think you'd leave me for JLo. Like she, like had showing me videos. Like she was like in love with JLo.
I'm pretty sure your wife would leave you.
Yeah.
You're looking at
And
that
so
big buddy of yours.
she thought JLo was better than Shakira, and she was like, "Oh, look, Shakira doesn't have the passion that JLo has. She's not hitting the steps the same way. Whatever." So I'd actually like to throw out a poll. Who did you think was better? 800-636-1067, and then just. How do you feel about A-Rod? A-Rod videos himself looking like just a fool all the time with J-Lo. Do you like that? What's your take?
Here's what I think about A-Rod. I don't
think about him.
I don't think
Have
about
you
him.
seen the video?
Because he's a big dolt.
So A-Rod is in the crowd with the dancers, dancing his head off, like doing this. Like he just,
It's too much.
It's almost like he's a 15-year-old with his first love,
like
fanboy.
Yeah.
He's so over
It's
the
weird.
top.
He's hard to reconcile.
There had to have been a bet, like a Super Bowl prop, whether or not they're going to show AY.
We talked about that. We talked about it. There was a prop.
There was a prop.
And they did show him then? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said.
Well,
No,
I just saw it on
was
social
like home
media.
videos.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
He
Oh, so
took the
they
video
didn't-
himself.
So they didn't show him
Did they
live.
show him
No.
during the performance?
They
No.
didn't pan to him in the crowd.
No. It's
Why
him.
show A-Rod when you can see butt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing
and-
is, it's hard to reconcile with Alex because, you know, he puts himself in this awkward situation with JLo, but yet he's this really savvy businessman.
Maybe they're looking
He's
at
got
that
this
big
whole
buddy of yours.
empire. So it's not like he's just like you want to write him off as like a dumb guy, the way he handled all of the steroid stuff. But he's
just a
obviously a
donkey
smart
Kong.
guy.
He's a donkey.
I don't know. He loves his wife. Is she his wife? Are they even
No.
married? I don't even know what they are.
I don't think
They're
married.
just girlfriend, boyfriend, girlfriend.
They might be engaged.
They're cohabitating.
Yeah.
I don't like Cake.
He loves his girl.
I'd never even think about him.
No,
Yeah.
never think about him. You never,
And I don't know how you
I
could
see him a
separate
little-
the two.
I see him once a week when I'm watching Sunday Night Baseball
Oh,
for
I
a little
don't.
bit, for about a half hour,
Right.
and then I don't think about him again.
I think Shakira. I mean, I don't even think it's debatable. Shakira, a much bigger star worldwide. Not even debatable. Of course, she's got more hits.
I think that's debatable.
Oh, I don't think so. Look
Because
at their like
J-Lo's
social
done
media
way more
following.
movies.
I think
If you tell me
Shakira's
she's a
bigger
bigger
star.
star,
I think
then I'll
Shakira's
believe
bigger
you.
star.
Really?
Yeah.
I think Shakira was top trending worldwide after the performance, and J-Lo was not.
Yeah, because she did that tongue thing, which everybody wanted to figure out what was
Right.
going on.
Every amateur comedian on Twitter thinks it's funny. They put it. They keep putting it up in their timeline. It's not.
Now,
It's
JLo
not as funny as you think.
does have a lot more followers, but
She does.
Maybe
How many does JLo have?
JLo has 111 million.
Wow, Shakira has 62 million. She's got double her.
But on Twitter, it's about the same. I mean, I don't know. That's hard for us to tell, like, global appeal. Like, who's the bigger star in Japan? I don't know.
Well, I think when they tour, like I don't think JLo could sell 100 tickets if she went internationally to tour. I don't think. Maybe
I mean,
I'm wrong.
she does movies. I think she's pretty well known. By the way, somebody put up, so they had Mick Jagger's ex-wife. She was
Jerry
in-
Hall.
Jerry Hall. Who was she with? She was
Rupert Murdoch.
Rupert Murdoch.
She was with Rupert Murdoch. And I saw somebody said, you know, who's had like the richest spouses / boyfriends? They were like, well, she's been with Mick Jagger and Rupert Murdoch, pretty good. And then somebody said, well, take a look at J-Lo. Diddy, worth just tons. Mark Anthony. Okay, maybe you're going to see one of these huge international star too.
Sure.
And A-Rod,
Yeah.
not to mention Ben Affleck.
Well,
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well,
Didn't
she
think
did
about
date
him.
that one dancer, though. She married that one dancer dude,
Yeah,
right?
she actually fell in love
What's his
once.
last name?
Maybe.
Judd.
What did that last?
Yeah, Chris Judd. And then I think her first husband
like a
was a waiter.
Yeah.
So her first two were kind of nubs.
Yeah, she was slumming a little
And
bit
now
early.
she
But now you got to be like 100 million or more to
Oh,
date her.
yeah. Your bank account has to be deep.
Who was
Anyway.
Casper Smart?
Huh?
Who was
That was
Casper?
just the boyfriend. He was a dancer.
He was the dancer.
He was the dancer they caught going into the booths. The booths.
He's like, how did I wind up here?
He's dating
How did
JLo,
this happen?
and he's going into those sex shops with the booths.
A peep show?
Yes. And I think, by the way, it might have been like one of those booths.
The glory ones.
Maybe.
A glorious moment.
Maybe.
That is-
Is that when she cut him off right after she found that
Well,
out?
they dated for a while after that, but I think his days were numbered.
Anyway, phone number is 800
But they've caught A-Rod like
1-877.
texting other
go-
girls
yeah,
and
I know.
stuff.
You go into a booth and there's a hole cut out in the wall. You better head for the hills immediately. You better scram.
Scram. Second time you use that today.
Scram.
800-636-1067.
At least that's not an old man.
I think you're
talk.
asking an impossible question.
Maybe.
I think for most people, they don't parse the difference between Shakira and JLo. Like, which one's...
Cakes clearly thought Shakira was better.
Well, I'm choosing the lesser of two evils. If I have to watch Shakira and or JLo perform at halftime.
How long did you stay up for the entire game?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I tossed and turned because Damian Williams couldn't get one more yard receiving.
That bothered
It
you.
literally kept me up until I think 1 in the morning.
Really?
I'm just sitting there. And it wasn't even a big
What
bet.
did
It was
you put?
$100, $120.
Yeah, but
Well,
it was
wasn't
enough,
big.
it was enough to tilt you.
It just tilted my
What
brain.
did you end up dropping total on the props?
200.
Yeah.
I just took my faded ticket that they took.
Right.
They were happy to take it. They gave me 210. I poured 210 back in. Came out with nothing.
Yeah. By the way, thank you to Hollywood Casino for
Yes.
having us out there. Kelly took care of us.
I love Kelly. She's awesome.
She's great.
Yep.
I felt bad.
got some good
By the way,
peeps
I
over
did
there.
feel bad yesterday. About halfway through the appearance, a woman approaches me. I say hello. She looks at me like with this vacant look. She goes, "Do you remember me?" And I said, "You look familiar, but I can't quite place you." And she said, "I was here last year, like one of your appearances last year. You said you were going to send me a hat in the mail." And I said,
Oh.
Did you not do it?
well, I told her, I guess, because I had forgotten about it. Big surprise, because my brain looks like Aaron Hernandez's.
Yeah.
I told her last time, I was like, I'll get a hat. I'll get the guys to sign it. I'll send it out to you. She gave me her address. I'm sure I put it in my wallet. And at some point, I'm going through my wallet, threw it away. So then I said to her, I'm going to make you whole. I'm going to sign the hat. I'm going to get these donks to sign it. And I'm going to put it in the mail.
She's very nice.
I felt
Darlene,
terrible,
I believe is her
though.
name.
I felt terrible
Well, let's
because I'd
hook
forgotten
Darlene.
her.
Let's hook her.
I'm going to hook her.
Hey, Valdez, when Demi Lovato sang the national anthem, because everyone's saying that Shakira and JLo were lip syncing, did she lip sync the national anthem, or was that live?
I mean, it looked live to me.
Look live? Because
Yeah.
I think Whitney's classic performance was
Was it
lip
lip-synced?
synced.
Really?
I believe
didn't know
so.
that.
This guy never lip syncs.
I don't know. It's a good
Hey,
question.
Eric, I thought about you during the pregame ceremony because the NFL trotted out the World War II veterans.
Mm-hmm. I did actually catch a little of that.
For like, and
look
they're
so
all
terrible,
they're all
right?
100 years old.
I know.
And then one of them was able to walk,
Yeah.
and I thought of Eric because
Why?
that 100-year-old vet walks better than Eric does
Give me
around the
a
radio
break.
station.
That's
I
funny.
swear to God, you're on my mind. You shuffle your feet worse than a 100-year-old World War II vet.
The reason why my feet shuffle is because I wear my right foot is smaller than my left foot, and the shoe's too big.
This guy stormed Normandy has more life in his step than you do.
I'm just dragging a big old heavy ass shoe.
It
would help if I
he's
tied
got
my shoes.
a heavy rocket launcher on his back.
By
Hey,
the way,
you got
did
the light Hoka ones.
Did you think either JLo or Shakira was better?
I thought Shakira sang better, but I thought J-Lo's like overall performance was better.
You
'Cause
like
what
the
she was,
stripper
Who do you
pole
get
better?
more size for?
she was doing the stripper pole. I didn't realize Shakira had a butt like that.
Oh, really? So she go.
She got a big butt.
So are you a Shakira guy? Of the two, if you had to choose,
If I had to choose,
Yeah. it's a tough call, right?
just based off the halftime
I
show,
mean, JLo's prettier.
yeah, you know what? I would probably do J-Lo.
J-
Not do, but
didn't ask
I
you.
would choose J-Lo.
Do you think A-Rod is embarrassing? With just like how much
Well,
he
if I was
fawns over
if I
J.Lo?
was A-Rod, I would be like these dudes are like grinding up on her butt and everything. If
Yeah.
I was A-Rod, I'd be like, oh man, I don't know if I like that. He's some no-name, Latino rapper
Right.
that I've never heard of. He's
part of
sitting
the
there
deal. It's part of
thrusting his pelvis on J-Lo's backside.
it's part of the
To
deal.
get me a little bitter.
It was a big Latino show because Bad Bunny's Puerto Rican and the guy who sang with Shakira, who's Colombian. Well, Bad Bunny was with Shakira, and then a Colombian sang with JLo. I think it's J Balvin, J Calvin.
I think it's great that they do that, especially from Miami, right? But you just wonder, the whole world that's watching it, are they also locking in on that too? I don't know. Let's go.
I would say the whole world probably responds to them better than Maroon 5.
Maybe I got size for Maroon
I
5.
know,
yeah.
but I'm just
I got
saying
all the
that
size.
JLo and Shakira are going to have a little more international appeal than Maroon 5.
How many people are really watching this game outside the country?
Not
It's
that many.
2, 3 o'clock in the morning in Europe.
No.
So,
Good question.
I mean,
Those Euros don't care about
Yeah,
the
they don't
Chiefs
care.
and the
They don't care.
Don't they
49ers.
say they have billions of viewers?
Nah.
Billions.
You think that's all hype?
It's probably. I mean, look, I have relatives in Italy. They're not watching the Super Bowl.
All right, your relatives are one family.
I don't know. I'll say they represent Italy. Like I don't think Italians.
I don't think
care.
they do.
I don't think Germans care.
Yeah, I don't know. Kim Jong Un will watch the
We
Bulls.
don't. We don't know.
Who knows?
We have no idea.
Yeah, I mean,
They don't care.
All I know is I'm not into Bad Bunny because he does trap and Latin hip hop. I'm officially not a fan.
You're not a reggaeton
Well,
guy?
I didn't know who he was. I was like, who is this guy with the do-rag that's up here rapping?
God, thank God I was asleep for that.
let's go to Kenny in Fort Washington. Kenny, what's up, buddy?
What's going on, fellas?
What's
It's
up?
actually in Forestville, but
What's up?
Shakira was way, way better. So I'm sitting on a couch as she comes on with my wife, and Shakira does this bit where I don't know, she's like twerking, and then like the cameraman kind of like zooms in, and we got a big screen in the living room area. So the cameraman zooms in, and we'll just say her boxing glove was like on my whole TV screen. So it was just awkward. It was awkward, but it was definitely good.
I've never heard it described like that, but I like your hustle. I
Thank
like the
you,
TV
Kenny.
viewing hustle.
Let's go to Patrick. Patrick, what's up, pal? You're on with the Jux.
Hey guys, love your morning show.
Thanks,
It's how
buddy.
I get my day started. Love
Thanks,
it.
man.
Hey, so I'm a white guy from Michigan, and my wife's Hispanic. We're all it's a family house, so they were especially pumped up for the halftime show. I came in there, probably like you guys. Let's see what happens here, and I came away really. I thought they was great. I thought it was a great show. I thought it was 100 times better than watching Adam Levine and his Nubs band last year doing it. I don't know. I thought it was great.
I think a lot of
Well, you're
people
a
felt that
guy.
way. No,
Yeah.
I saw Michael Wilbon said something like, "I'm a huge Prince fan." He said, "But this was the best halftime show ever." And then I saw like he was just getting assaulted on Twitter.
Oh, I don't-
Really?
But he said it was like the best ever. By the way, Giannis, your boy Giannis, you see what he tweeted?
No.
He said
No
halftime
idea.
show about to get me in trouble.
Oh,
Like
really?
a lot of guys were getting sized.
I remember when Bruno Mars did it, I thought Bruno was silly. But, I like a lot of the pop culture.
Wasn't he with Beyonce though?
I can't remember.
Well, I
just
was
remember-
thinking
I
about.
think he's done it a couple times.
Well, I was thinking about the halftime shows. It pummeled Coldplay. I thought it was better than Maroon 5. It was better than the Chili Peppers.
See, I like Coldplay.
I thought it was. I thought it was
just
better
like the
than
music better.
Gaga.
Yeah, but it can't
I
be a
like
referendum.
Gaga.
Like you can like the artist, but they still might not be the best fit for a
Right.
halftime show.
Yeah,
You
like
know what I mean? Like
Coldplay
Coldplay's awesome.
Yeah, I
no
agree
one's
with
going to
that.
argue with you.
It's
But
the-
that was a boring halftime show.
I did like Gaga though.
Was it Katy Perry that did the one year?
That was the Shark.
Yeah, the shark year. I can't remember.
just
how I
like
felt.
looking at her.
I just remember Bruno jumping out at me.
he's done it a couple times.
Yeah, he's done it a few times. He's just a great performer. I don't care if you like him or not. He's a great performer. And I think that's where I guess where I would put Shakira and JLo in that same realm.
That's the thing is you can't look at last night as like this great musical thing. You
Yeah,
gotta
it's
look
not
at it as it's a performance.
It's a performance. It
entertainment.
doesn't matter
That's
if you
what-
like the
right.
music or not. It's like how entertaining is it?
It was very energetic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
and
Yeah.
sexual.
Yeah, but
They're
definitely-
hypersexualized.
A lot of polls.
You know what? Pornhub is going to come out with a study tomorrow or today,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're going to show the time logged in
Yeah.
during that right after the halftime show is over. And I
During
guarantee,
halftime and after halftime, right?
I guarantee you, there's going to be a big
And
spike.
there's going to be a spike in
Hispanic.
Google searches
Yeah,
for
Latina-
Hispanics,
or Latina.
Latinos. Yeah. Pole dancing, all that. Double butt shake.
big butt.
Yeah, Giannis's tweet, halftime show almost got me in trouble.
I bet. Anyway, that's good. The halftime show, I think more people seem to be talking about that than the commercials.